Hey friends, welcome back to Origami Review. This is, I believe, episode 7, and it's been a little while since we had one of these. Now, I was really busy with final exams and getting all that stuff out, so now we're finally back to Origami Review. Before we start, I'm just going to announce some news, and then we got a lot of exciting origami to check out. But first of all, Crease Pattern Class 6 is on its way. It's taken me over a year to push out the next part of the class. But I really want to make sure that these classes are high quality and that I'm teaching correctly. So didn't want to rush it, but you're going to start seeing the Crease Pattern class come back kind of slowly. But yeah, I'm excited about that. Other news is I have just released my Etsy store. So if you go to my link tree, which is in the bio of pretty much all my social medias now, you will see the Best Poke shop. And so if you click this, it will go straight to my Etsy. And there's just 4 models here right now. This may change. But if if you know someone who might be interested in purchasing one of these, definitely send them here. All the models here are what I think my best models for people to own, and I'm very confident in making them specific to people's wants or things like that. But yeah, definitely check that out if you guys get a chance. Other than the Etsy, don't forget we got the merch store. Merch is still being sold, and there is one diagram on there right now, and I plan to do kind of a winter collection, so some new apparel coming out soon. So definitely look out for that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it, and let's get into some origami. Hey friends, Editor Boyce stepping in real quick to interrupt the video to announce one more thing, and that is the Plant Psychologist design class. Now, this design class is similar to my crease pattern class, except it's obviously for origami design. So if you're interested in that, I know a lot of people have asked me to make one, but honestly, I need to work on my designing before I can teach it. Plant, on the other hand, an amazing designer. He's got a lot of knowledge, and his series is going to have a lot of information for you guys to learn how to design. So go check out his channel. Here it is, and I think I'm actually saying this one day before he posts episode 1. So go check it out. The episode should be up by now. Go subscribe. Go tell him, all the great things about his design class, and thank him for being able to provide this kind of design information, because it's going to be super, super awesome. So definitely check him out. And while we're on the topic of Plant, he is our first guy for origami review. So let's get back to the actual video. All right, friends. First up, we have what I've teased for quite a little while is Plant's Night. And you all know Plant Psychologist if you've seen the origami reviews before. And I accidentally skipped this for the last episode. So this was the co-winner for the October Origami-dan design contest. And man, oh man, is this cool. So right off the bat, you might notice the color changes. And yes, those are natural color changes. And that's part of what makes this model really good. Well, obviously it is a humanoid structure. It is a knight. So besides the color change, this is also a really dynamic model. Just check out that pose, the guard with, ready to strike. Ooh, it makes the knight really, really cool. But let's just check out Plant's caption, because I think it details kind of some design points that he put in here before we look at some more photos. All right, so Plant says, this is his 100th post. Knight's been the fruit of a long time goal of mine to design a warrior figure from a single uncut square, and with as many color change elements as possible, the sword, shield, cape, and plume all from the same sheet, and using the backside of the paper to get the blue color. Took a month to design and many failed test folds, but I'm finally satisfied with this model, and now I can rest easy. Thank you all for your support up to this point. So that's what Plant has to say about this model. It is phenomenal. Once again, we're just kind of going to talk about some of these color changes. So yeah, check out that checkered shield. That crazy. If you just try to think about, without looking at the crease pattern, how to do that, I'm pretty sure you're gonna start getting a headache. That's no simple task, especially for how clean this shield turned out. Other than that, we have the folds, we got the sword and the plume on the helmet. Just adding these color changes in random spots to like that kind of contrast with the opposite color for the armor, it just adds like a complexity dimension on top of this model, which is really great. Let's check out some of these photos. So here's the back. You can see there's the cape. Because of the cape, I really like that this model's color change can be viewed from both sides. So some other color change models, it's only like one side that looks good, and the other side just there's nothing here. But that's not the case with this knight. Knight looks good from the back as well. Look at some more photos. Here is, you can see the action pose. It's about to strike down. You know, if you're in front of this guy, you better start running. I think it's gonna get you. Here it looks like a little turntable, so you can kind of see the model. There's definitely some asymmetry going on, if you guys can notice. And I believe Plant has posted the crease pattern and some of the next images. But yeah, just check it. Check out the color changes for that shield. It's so cool. All right, yeah. So here is the crease pattern. It's awesome. If you guys want to play a little game, you can kind of guess, you know, which parts are which. What's the shield? What's the cape? Which parts are the swords and arms? And you'll have some fun. But yeah, Plant definitely really, really good job designing this knight. It is in my top like humanoid designs. It's just so cool. This is like a game changer in color change models. And yeah, you can't get much cooler than the knight, right? This is just absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, I can't believe I missed out talking about this model in the last video, but check it out. Give it some more likes. Go follow Plant. And he's been on the design grind. He's doing awesome. So if you don't follow him already, you best be following Plant Psychologist. All right, next up we have JP Origami, or Jared, if you know him from the Discord, with an amazing fold of the Yamato battleship designed by, which I'm gonna butcher this a little bit, Zhang Wei Chao. And looks like Jared used an 89 centimeter square of white double tissue. And he has some more details in the description of how he made it and all that kind of stuff. But if you are unfamiliar with this model, I believe Jared tells us, yes, there are 519 unique diagram steps with over 1,000 like repeat steps if you count, you know, repeat steps like 200 to 250 and all that kind of stuff. And if you're unfamiliar with this design, the Yamato battleship, or just a battleship in general, is one of those things where people, they might have the idea of, oh, can you make this out of origami? Can you make that out of origami? And sure, it's possible, but it's just really, really difficult to render the forms. And a battleship is definitely one of the harder kind of objects or ideas because of how mechanical it is. There's guns, there's towers. It's just not very explored apart from the common or traditional origami boat. So this design is legendary. And Jared, you did such a great job folding this. Also, a thing to note, great job on the photography. Just check out that sick editing. It's on the water. This boat is floating, and it's about to attack some other ships. But let's check out some of the other angles and some close-up images. And you can kind of see here are the main guns, these giant guns, and just the shape of the tower. And I don't know battleships very well, so my terminology might be off. I just know the deck, the tower, and the turrets. But you can just see all the details that are packed into this design. And oh man, Jared, what a great job. This is no easy model. This is really complex, and like Jared said, those photo diagrams aren't always the most clear, and especially for shaping out this model is very difficult. So great job, Jared. Just appreciate all these details. Man, it is so cool. But yeah, once again, something that just elevates the portrayal of this model is Jared. I love this editing with the water. If you guys go and follow Jared, you can see some other cases of when he edits the background. They are pretty cool. So definitely go check him out and go give him a follow on Instagram. Next up is something insane. This is a fold of the Japanese spiny lobster, and I've shown a couple of these in the past. This one is folded by Wormy Origami, or Sam, as I like to call him. Sam's fold is insane, and I've gotten to see quite a few live spiny lobsters. Not exactly Japanese spiny lobsters, but like giant California lobsters, and Wormy's fold of this is so close to the anatomy of a real lobster that it just makes this fold stand out so much. If you're unfamiliar with this model, this is definitely one of the most complex origami designs to date, and there's only a crease pattern to refer on how to fold this. And so, man, you can see how sharp those spikes are, how pointy the shell is, and just the antennae, the curves, the positions of the leg, and just the thickness and proportion of like the tail, body, everything. This is one of my favorite folds of this model for sure. Wormy, he sent me a bunch of progress photos as he's working on this, and you know, it looked crazy, just him folding it. And man, when he shaped it and brought it all together, I was so shook at how cool it looked. This is great. Let's go through some photos. Looks like Wormy used 140 by 140 centimeter double tissue paper, and I would guess that using this size paper, you'll actually get a reasonably realistic lobster size, if you were to, you know, go get one from the market and eat it. Okay, so here's another image. You can just start to see the spines. Japanese spiny lobster. It is spiky. Those are sharp points. If you haven't seen some of Wormy's other folds, he is very good at getting those sharp points, as well as getting thin legs all the way across. However, I really enjoy how he added those details with these lobster legs, and he didn't make them ultra thin. Lobster legs, if you've eaten lobster, you can actually get some meat out of the legs. The legs aren't ultra thin. So the thickness on this really helped the proportion of the lobster out, and the roundness of the shell really stands out. The lobsters all around like that, you know, you can pick them up. So just seeing the curvature as well as how clean these pleats are, ooh, it makes this model really good. Yeah, just look at that. This is, well, it's looking at you. This looks so cool. Man, Japanese spiny lobster. What more can you say? Imai, sorry. I've been pronouncing that wrong. Kota Imai's design, the Japanese spiny lobster. Ooh, yeah. Side profile. Oh, looks so cool. The legs are like all in position. Oh man, this is amazing. Here's a straight on shot. I love that Wormy gave us a lot of photos to look at. He took some great photos of this because it is immaculate. You can check out the bottom. Here you can see some of the unique and very strange transition units and structures that allow this model to, I guess, be closed belly. But yeah, very clean all around. Just, oh, here's a close up of some of those spikes, and man, are those sharp. So great job, Wormy. This is so cool. You did an amazing job. And honestly, I am very surprised at how quickly you folded this model. Even though it took you a lot of time, I am very impressed with how quickly you're able to fold and shape it. So great job to you. Mad props to folding this model. And guys, go like this photo. Go check out Wormy's folds. He's got some really cool stuff. He also has a YouTube channel, so go look him up there. And he's got some more of his folds on there. And our next fold comes from Twitter. And forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong, but this is a fold by Oystein Nielsen. And this is the Housemaid designed by Obelisk, or Chen Zhao. And this isn't the Housemaid that is from his book that you might have seen my fold of in my last video. But this is the Housemaid, I think it's the box pleat one from a couple of years back. But if you aren't familiar with Oystein's folds, they are really, really good. He's a huge fan of humanoid models, and he folds and shapes them so well. A lot of times he uses this paper, this gray paper, and it is a large sheet, and he really uses that size to get all this cool shaping, all this cleanliness. So let's take a look at this. This is super cool. So if we click, okay, here we go. So right off the bat, you can tell this is so cleanly folded. The pleats in the dress, just how everything lines up in the middle, including the face, the hair, all that. It's super clean, and the proportions are on point. So he did a great job shaping the legs, giving just a small detail towards the feet, the clothing, the ribbons, the hair, everything's on point. A lot of times with humanoid models is the face proportions are really hard to get, especially with this kind of style. If you look at a human face, we have like cheekbones and eyes and mouth and all this kind of stuff to kind of give reference to our like what a face looks like. But in the origami, you just kind of have to guesstimate and hit that uncanny valley where it looks like a face, even though it's kind of just a blank slate. So it's pretty difficult. And man, does he nail it right here. This is so good. Let's see some other photos here. Some close-ups. Again, you can just see more of the details. You can see all these layers in here, but it's still really, really clean. Got some three-dimensional shaping here, making this model, realistic and look good from multiple angles. Yeah, this is really cool. Here's some folding progress as well as some of the techniques uses to shape. This is really cool. This is actually awesome for me to check out, and I got to try out some of these shaping techniques. Because man, it's so clean. You can see when it's collapsed, it's just a bunch of flaps, but he's got these flaps down to a T. They are very clean. So much detail. Excellent shaping. Looks like he's using some softer ropes and stuff to hold things in place as he's shaping, and that's a good way to go. But yeah, he's got a ton of cool folds. This is just one of my favorites. So definitely go check out his Twitter, linked in my description. So yeah, go check these out. All right, so it is a new month. This is filmed in December, and that means there's a new Origami-dan design contest set of winners. And this is for November, and you can see 26 submissions. There's a lot of submissions, and all of them were super cool. So I'm not going to highlight all of them, but we're going to just take a quick look at some of these folds. So if you want to see all the designers, they're right here with the numbers, but you'll probably have to go to Discord just to see the exact designers. I'm just going to quickly pop up the photos from the voting tab, just so you can kind of see. Great job, everyone who submitted. Again, going into these design contests, even though it's a contest, there's also the challenge on yourself for people to design something to a specific topic and put it out there to be compared with others. That kind of thing I think is great for growth if you're trying to get better at designing or even just start designing in the first place. So great job everyone here. Here's the first set of images. Here's the second set. There's some really cool stuff. And I'd love to talk through all these designs, and these are really cool, but we're just going to check out the two winners. There were two winners chosen again because of how many submissions there were, and these are pretty cool. So yeah, let's check those out. And so the first co-winner we're going to take a look at is Carrots or LDM Origami, or I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, but Lungduk Mai. And this is his Yai Sakura 2 design, and this is from I think the mobile game Honkai Impact 3, as is in the hashtag. I've seen a bunch of advertisements for that game, and I've heard it's pretty good, but I've never played it myself. But yeah, check out this design. If you know the character, then you might think this design is so cool. The model is sitting on a branch. So for one, this is a figurine model. This is a humanoid model. And two, the background is designed into the fold, which is super cool. So it looks like there's this tree branch and there's some draperies, and the model is sitting on top of it. So let's check out some photos. Man, this is just such a cool design. It's so creative. There's not a lot of times you get to see a figurine and a background designed in the same sheet of paper. You know, you get your figurines and they're either photo shopped into like a background, or you have some combinations of different origamis. But this one's just one sheet of paper, and I think it's super cool. Definitely deserving of the win. Carrots' figurines are really nice. I've mentioned before that I really like the way Carrots shapes them, just the proportions, the posing. There's definitely an attitude going on that really gives kind of the personality for these origami folds. You also share the crease pattern in case anyone would like to fold it. This isn't actually a black crease pattern. This is a Mountain Valley crease pattern, just with gray and black. So feel free to try it out if you would like. This is definitely super cool. A lot of good use of structures here. Really, really unique model. There's the grid for you. Looks like it's a 64 by 64 box pleated model, and definitely get some thin paper if you guys want to try this out. And we can see a little bit of progress photos, some pre-creasing, some collapsing, and there's the base. And you can kind of start to see how the model takes form all the way up to the shaping. So yeah, this is a really, really cool, phenomenal design, Carrots. I really love your figurines that you fold and the figurines you design. So excellent job. This is just super, super cool. There's a lot of detail. Just the shape of the legs, the knee joints, just the heels. So many details, small bits of angles in the hair, and I think these are ears, and you know, the posing of the arms. Really, really great job. I really like this. So guys, go check this out. Follow Carrots on Instagram and go check out some more of those human figures. They're super, super cool. And the second co-winner for the design contest is Origami Van, or Ivan Handoko. And you might remember Ivan from my Aqua Papel paper review video where I folded his Komodo dragon. Well, he's back with another amazing design, and this is, I'm not too sure how to pronounce this, the Cendrowasi bird, and it looks like it's also called the Greater Bird of Paradise. And as Ivan mentions, it is more popular in Indonesia and not so much in the rest of the world. But yeah, this bird is very magnificent. I'm not sure if you guys can just immediately get that presence just by looking at this, but you can see the bird just diving down. Wings are in action. The tail feathers, it's cutting through the air. Man, this is super well done. Not, to forget about the amazing color changes that are used. Let's go check out some of the other photos, some of the close-ups so you guys can see more. But yeah, I really love the use of color change, especially for these tail feathers. Just the interchanging of the white to yellow makes this bird look excellent. Not only that, you can see the structure of the wings. They're very clean. I love the way they're curved. Looks like the underside shows that color change. Looks like Ivan used both tissue paper and Kozo to get this color change, and this is an excellent choice. Let's go to this next photo. Yeah, here you can see the color changing in the talons of the bird. And so this model is really balanced. There's a lot of color changing throughout. And I believe this last photo, yeah, you can get a close-up of the beak and the eyes. And Ivan just uses those color changes to get the maximum amount of detail. Those eyes are great. They are a small detail and they add a lot of presence to this model. So excellent job. I think I forgot to mention, but the theme was Ariel for the November design contest, and obviously this suits that topic extremely well. So yeah, go check out some of Ivan's other folds. They're all really, really good. Go check them out on Instagram. And to end off this episode of Origami Review, I just wanted to highlight some accounts I think are awesome. So first off, we have Origami Luke, or Wukte. and he is an amazing folder. And I think you guys should follow his account if you want to see some really cool folds. He also reposts some other Korean folds and designs, which are really cool, and all of them are photographed really well. But right off the bat, these first three you can see, these are his folds. So this was the Divine Dragon by Satoshi Kamiya, and it looks like it is a gift for someone, and man, are they lucky to get this as a gift. You can see Wook folds very cleanly. They're just, oh, this is such a good fold. This next one is the Raijin, which we've seen some of these on Origami Review as well. Again, phenomenal job. The pose, the shaping, it's clean. It's super clean and really, really good. Here's another one that's super cool. This is the Blue Eyes White Dragon, designed by Lee Yu. And this is folded by Wook with 90 by 90 centimeter, I think, Hanji. But yeah, really cool folds. Wook's got a ton of cool folds, and and then again, some of these are his friends that he reposted, other Korean folders, and they're all just really cool. So can't go wrong with giving this account a follow. Really, really cool. Definitely check it out. And the last account I'm going to review is LSW Origami, or if you know her from the Discord, Cassius. Now Cassius has been on that design grind, and I've been noticing that the designs have been getting better and better. So shout out for just being on the design grind, leveling up. Again, this is one of the most recent designs, but I am especially shouting out this one. Now this was also an entry for the November design contest, as well as the World Origami Days, a contest for creative photos. Just look at that background, super cool. Now this model is titled A Walk in the Skies, and it's inspired by a scene from Studio Ghibli's Howl's Moving Castle. So if you're a Ghibli fan, or especially a Howl's Moving Castle fan, definitely check out this origami. Super cool. One thing I really like about this is it is two figures combined into one. So kind of like some of the other designs we've seen is when there's two subjects mixed into a single sheet of paper. It's more complexity. It's a cool creative take because it's quite different from just doing one figure on its own. So doing two figures, definitely next level, and this one's really cool. The pose is just so unique, especially resembling the animation, and I think this is really well done. So great job, Cassius. Really cool design. You know me, I love these humanoid figures, and really good job on this one. Alright, so that wraps up this episode of Origami Review, and I haven't done one of these in a while, so I might have gone a little bit longer than normal, but I really just wanted to talk about some of the cool folds that were folded in the past month. But yeah, one last plug for the merch. I'm going to try to release some extra stuff for our winter collection. But yeah, go check out the link in the description if you're interested, or if you want to support the channel. That'd be awesome. But other than that, I'm excited to start making some more videos. And yeah, so you guys just keep folding some origami so I can review some more, and look out for some more videos coming soon. Don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see if we can hit 3K subscribers by the end of 2020. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
All this origami, all this origami, all this origami got me going kamikaze now.